From WYLN Hazleton, this is WYLN's late edition News at 10 with meteorologist Joe Garbacek, sports with Beth Mensinger, anchors Lisa Sugar and L.A. Tyrone. News, weather, sports, features, and more. You're watching WYLN's late edition News at 10.
Good evening and welcome to WYLN's late edition for Wednesday, July 24th, 2013. I'm Lisa Sugart. Tonight, how gaming money is benefiting local communities. Ann Gownley has the details. And a fatal accident has the roller coaster industry now on edge. In sports, Beth Mensinger tells us if the rail riders made their way back into the win column today. And meteorologist Joe Garbacek has a forecast that's sure to please. But first, late edition's look at tonight's top stories. The controversy continues over a video posted by a man who is both a police chief and a school board member. Today, Gary Perna talked with that man at the center of it all.
This video has caused some controversy throughout the state of Pennsylvania and beyond. Mark Kistler, who is the police chief in Gilberton and a school board member of the North Schuylkill Board of Education, is shown firing a semi-automatic gun and using foul language. Gilberton Mayor Mary Lou Hannon said the chief did it on his own time. It was not representing the borough.
No, we viewed the video, several council members and myself, and we found he wasn't on borough time and he wasn't in police uniform when doing so.
Hannon said they have received some threats at the borough building and may consider canceling Thursday night's council meeting.
It may be canceled because of security reasons. We've received several threats this morning here at Borough Hall, the secretary has, concerning our chief. And I have a little pit in my stomach right now. I'm kind of concerned not only for the safety of our borough secretary and council, but also the residents that attend our meetings.
The wording of some of the conversations and voicemails being received by Borough Hall has got us a little wound up. I believe the mayor, our chief obviously is on vacation. I believe the mayor's trying to get more security in here, so we'll see how that goes. She's trying to get in contact with the borough president, Daniel Malloy, and we'll take it from there. It's his call.
Councilman Robert Wagner said he does not know if any punishment will be handed down.
I mean, we have to get together. We usually have a workshop before our meeting, and I'm sure this is going to be the topic of discussion.
Kistler is out of town on vacation, but did talk to WYLN via phone. He said the video was to open the eyes of Americans.
Where does it state in the Constitution that any government at any level, or any elected official, or appointed official at any level, has the right to regulate firearms, or arms in general? And nobody can answer that question. Nobody. In this, out of 300 and some million people, could answer me, give me an answer.
I asked the chief his thoughts about the threats that the borough have received.
Well, shame on those people who are calling the borough office and leaving death threats. Shame on those people who are leaving threats against our elected officials who stood up, by the way, for the Constitution and the oath that they have taken to protect and defend the Constitution by passing the Second Amendment Preservation Resolution, the first in the nation. Gilberton Borough was the spear that started this wave of nullification bills that you see going around the country saying anything that goes against the Constitution, the Second Amendment, is declared null and void in their state or their jurisdiction. That started in Gilberton Borough.
Is Kistler worried about any repercussions from either the Board of Education or the borough?
I'm reprimanded for exercising my First and Second Amendment rights. Shame on those people. Shame on them. They also took an oath to uphold the Constitution, and they've, on both levels, either at the board level or at the township or borough level, they all took the same oath I took. And they need to uphold that oath.
However, council did decide that the meeting that was slated for Thursday night would be postponed until next Wednesday at 7 p.m. at the Gilberton Borough Building. In Gilberton, for WYLN's late edition, I'm Gary Perna.
Thank you, Gary. Now, Gary did speak with North Schuylkill School Board President Charles Helper today, who told us the board has no comment at this time because it has not had a meeting to discuss that issue as of yet. We'll keep you posted. A fatal accident closed I-81 northbound between the Avoca Airport and DuPont this morning. State police at Wyoming say that 58-year-old Anthony Liza of Old Forge and his passenger Jeff Godak of Moosic were stopped in the middle of the roadway in a 2002 Ford minivan just south of the airport exit around 2:30 this morning. 62-year-old Charles Brown of Sugarloaf was headed north in a tractor trailer and struck the stopped minivan in the rear. The impact sent both vehicles into the grass median. Liza and Godak were killed. The crash closed the highway for some 6 hours. Fire in Chickasha early this morning. It broke out just after midnight on Butler Drive near West Butler Street. Several regional fire companies responded. Thick smoke engulfed the area and flames could be seen for a mile. There were no injuries, but the home was completely destroyed. The cause is still under investigation. A state police fire marshal has been called in to find the exact cause. An election redo has resulted in one candidate's name being added to the November general election ballot. The special election was held yesterday in several communities in Carbon and Schuylkill counties. Residents there who voted in the May primary were given a redo on the race for Hazleton Area School Board. That's because Steve Hahn's name was left on ballots in those two counties after Luzerne County failed to notify officials there that Hahn had withdrawn from the race. In May, school board incumbents Bob Mahalik and Clarence John, along with political newcomers Jared O'Donnell and James Chapman, all earned nominations on both the Republican and Democratic tickets. However, yesterday's redo resulted in incumbent director Carmela Yankiewicz garnering enough votes to allow her to bump O'Donnell off that Democratic ticket. That means Mahalik, John, and Chapman retain nominations on both sides, with Yankiewicz filling the fourth slot on the Democratic side and O'Donnell retaining his Republican nomination. The votes have yet to be officially certified. However, if they hold true, there will be 5 candidates vying for 4 seats on the Hazleton Area School Board come November. A public message for Mayor Tom Layton of Wilkes-Barre has reignited a long-running feud. L.A. Tyrone has the details.
If you happen to be driving along Wilkes-Barre Township Boulevard, what we used to call Business Route 309, you might see this billboard. Comes to us courtesy of the Wilkes-Barre Taxpayers Association. Frank Sorek is the president.
The billboard was purchased by the Wilkes-Barre City Taxpayers Association in an effort to show the taxpayers exactly where the missing gas went.
This is the reignition of what the media and talk radio called Gasgate, the discovery of gasoline missing from the city's fuel farm on Pennsylvania Avenue. It surfaced 2 years ago. Now, at the time, the city attributed the missing gasoline to poor record keeping and leaking storage tanks. A former city employee told the DA's office it was mostly the latter. Now, at the time, Layton said he did occasionally put gas in his car if he was using it for city business.
Although the mayor claims that he is entitled as the mayor to free taxpayer paid gas because he's on city business, I think the picture also depicts the mayor in his undershirt. So clearly the mayor is not on city business, as we've never in our lifetime, not even during an evacuation of the city during a flood, have we seen the mayor in doing city business in his undershirt.
The city was fined by DEP over Gasgate. Bob Kadlabowski, the owner of Citywide Towing, which once had the city towing contract but lost it when Layton was sworn into office, said he was responsible for having the fine assessed.
And I'm going to be looking at how we could recover that money. Someone in the Layton administration is responsible for the taxpayers for that $23,000 fine, I believe it was. And also, I'm the one who filed a private criminal complaint to see if there's any criminality. And the district attorney's office has been investigating for a year. And I plan on meeting with them as soon as possible to see exactly what they're going to do and how much longer it's going to take to come to a conclusion on this, see if there's any crimes committed.
Layton's office declined to speak on camera about the billboard, but he did issue a statement late this afternoon. It read, quote, "I was the first one to readily disclose that I use city gas in the course of my duties as mayor. It was not hidden. We have fully cooperated with multiple outside investigations into the city's past practices. I am not surprised by this maneuver by this group, and I am certainly not going to dignify this act with a rebuttal of any kind. End quote. Stay tuned. L.A. Tehran, WILN's late edition.
Thank you, L.A. Well, someone burglarized a Jim Thorpe area bakery this morning. State police at Lehighton say someone broke into the Alpine Bakery on Route 903 in Penn Forest Township sometime between 1 o'clock and 6:30 this morning. The suspect stole the entire safe. It had about $500 in it. Anyone with information is asked to call state police at Lehighton. The number is 610-377-4270. There will be a coroner's inquest into a 2-year-old death of a corrections officer. 34-year-old Matthew Ryan Gailey was found dead in his home in Eagle Rock near Hazleton in September of 2011 from a single gunshot wound. An autopsy was performed, but the cause of death was listed as undetermined. Now Luzerne County District Attorney Stephanie Salavantis has convened the inquest. It's a rarely used procedure that involves 6 jurors who will hear evidence in the case and determine the cause. At the time of his death, investigators were not able to determine whether it was an accident, suicide, or a homicide. Well, a chance to buy mementos from the old Hayes Hotel in Berwick today. Late Edition's Ann Gownley was there.
Old bar signs, pots, pans, kitchen appliances, 1930 wooden dining booth, plus much more was auctioned off this afternoon from the former Hayes Hotel in Berwick. The hotel has been closed since the mid-90s and was condemned nearly 8 years ago. Rich Kistner, the executive director of the Columbia County Housing and Redevelopment Authority, says they have been working with the owner of the property to either acquire it or have him do something about it. A year ago, Kistner says they heard of the conservatorship law that allowed them to take ownership of the property through the courts.
Our intention now is to remove all of the conditions of blight that exist, and which pretty much means tearing the building down.
Many we spoke with say they remember coming here as a small child and seeing many of the contents inside being auctioned off is an undescribable feeling.
I was born in 1950, and I probably was here when I was 1 year old with my parents, and it was the best food around. Seafood, fresh seafood. It was a great place. We played in the park over here, and we'd come over and get pizza at night, and it was just it was a real institution. You know, and people came from all over many counties to eat here because the food was excellent. The spaghetti, Italians, a lot of seafood, clams, fresh hard shells. And it's a lot of memories there for me.
Kistner says there was lots of interested residents of the area like Oliver who wanted something from the hotel as a memento. The proceeds from the auction will go to offset the demolition costs.
First hurdle is to get rid of asbestos, where there's some flooring and some pipe covering, and I'm guessing we don't have that contract in place yet, but I'm guessing that's going to be maybe $3,000 or $4,000. And then we're going to work with the borough, so we're not going to have any labor costs, but our equipment rental, our hauling fees, and our landfill fees are probably going to be in the $10,000 to $15,000 range.
Many of the items that were auctioned off went for as little as $2. In Berwick, for WYLN's Late Edition, I'm Ann Gownley.
Thank you, Ann. Another scandal involving New York City mayoral candidate Anthony Weiner. INN's Andrew Spencer has the latest.
Anthony Weiner acknowledged that some of the sexually explicit messages published on a gossip website Tuesday happened after his resignation from Congress in 2011.
While some of the things that have been posted today are true and some are not, there is no question that what I did was wrong. This behavior is behind me.
Weiner left the House seat after admitting to sending lewd photos and messages to multiple women. He says when he decided to run for New York City mayor, he and his wife, Huma Abedin, discussed the possibility that more details about his explicit texts would surface.
That is why, if you remember, in the early days of the campaign, people were pressing me for, is there more out there? And I said yes.
Abedin's vocal support of her husband was a noticeable change from 2011. She says she worked hard to get over her husband's mistakes.
I love him. I have forgiven him. I believe in him. And as we have said from the beginning, we are moving forward.
Moving forward and staying in the race despite the pressure to quit.
I'm sure many of my opponents would like me to drop out of the race.
Still, Weiner says he's taking responsibility for disappointing his wife and former constituents.
But I'm pleased and blessed that she has given me a second chance. For the past several months, I've been asking New Yorkers to also give me another chance.
With the primary slated for September 10th, voters still have time to decide whether he deserves it. I'm Andrew Spencer reporting.
Now, recent polls show Weiner either leading or closely trailing his closest Democratic rival, City Council Speaker Christy Quinn. A free electronics recycling and document shredding is being offered to all residents of Wilkes-Barre. Solomon Container Service will offer the free recycling drop-off this Saturday from 8 a.m. till noon. All used or obsolete electronics will be accepted free of charge. However, please note that household appliances, including countertop appliances, air conditioners, and lawnmowers will not be accepted. Paper documents such as financial statements with confidential information will be shredded at no charge. The free recycling is this Saturday from 8 till noon at Solomon Container Service, 495 Stanton Street, Wilkes-Barre. The service again available to all Wilkes-Barre residents only. And the royal baby is home and now has a name. Buckingham Palace says he is George Alexander Louis. He will be known as His Royal Highness Prince George of Cambridge. Earlier today, the baby met his great-grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II. His parents, Prince William and Kate, then took him to Kate's parents in their village near London. Prince George of Cambridge is third in line to the British throne. And that's a look at tonight's top stories. Well, time now to find out the latest on the forecast. Meteorologist Joe Garbacik standing by outside our studios right now in the Bedrock Gardens Weather Center. Joe?
Well, Lisa, it's looking very nice this evening across all of our region. In fact, it's feeling a tad bit cool, I might add, but very refreshing compared to what we saw last week at this time. Here's a look at some of the dew point numbers across our region. Notice how they've dropped. Last week we were in the 70s and some upper 60s. Now those numbers are only in many locations in the upper 40s. Walking outside, you don't feel that humidity. We'll talk what we can expect over the next couple of days in the 7-day forecast straight ahead.
People have a very jaded opinion of contractors. At The Wire Guys, we completely turn that experience on its head. My electrician is going to show up and wear shoe covers, be respectful. We are the cleanest contractors that you'll ever use. Before he even starts, he's going to give you a price in writing that he's going to stick to. I want them to be your superhero when they walk out that door. Call me. If we're late, you get paid.
Heritage SureSave, your neighborhood full-service supermarket. Come see for yourself. They have the freshest selection of meats, cheese, and produce. Baked goods made fresh on premises. They have an in-store butcher who is happy to accommodate your special orders. Be sure to stop in and check out their unadvertised specials. You'll find them throughout the store. See their flyer for weekly specials. Heritage SureSave, your neighborhood full-service supermarket. This week at Heritage, their Power Buys promotion is back. When they buy right, you save more. Don't miss the savings.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Hey, neighbor. Lousy weather, huh?
This is not a good time.
For it to be raining and my satellite dish to lose its signal? Man, I heard that. Mind if I watch your cable?
Look, my kid's having a sleepover.
Right. I'll just watch it on your bedroom set.
Service Electric Digital Cable with On Demand. The best TV in the neighborhood.
Join us this week on Wellness Through Physical Therapy. Ting's going to explain to us what causes lower back pain, how you can avoid it, and if you are uncomfortable, what he can do to help you out. That's all coming up this week on Wellness Through Physical Therapy. Join us.
Quiet across our viewing area right now. We're going to stay quiet through the overnight hours. Not going to have to worry about any type of precipitation out there. We're going to stay dry, and we're going to stay dry as we head into the daytime hours of tomorrow. Taking a look at our live Lehigh Tire conditions outside our station in Hazleton, sitting in at 55 degrees. Pressure coming in at 29.93 inches of mercury, and since midnight we've picked up only 1/100 of an inch of precipitation. Our Robert Stevens Face and Body Almanac page for the day. Notice we got up to 74, the low being 56. 82 and 61 are the averages. 95 and 49, record high and low still stand. 553, 828, sunrise and sunset for tomorrow. Notice these low temperatures, 60s, upper 50s, but these numbers are even going to go down as we head through the rest of tonight and the overnight hours. It's going to be much cooler tonight than what we saw last night. Today, generally only getting up into the 70s, some locations near 80 degrees. Refreshing air is in place. It is now 56 in New Angola. It is 62 in Berwick, 62 in Monroe City, 64 in Bloomsburg. Satellites and radar, again, nothing to be concerned about. This that you see out through here, that is just nothing more than a clutter off of the radar site. No precipitation is falling, and skies are clearing out. So we'll have mostly clear skies through tonight. Partly sunny as we head into tomorrow. Some clouds will come in, but we'll also see the sunshine. We will stay on a dry side of things, and we'll stay on the dry side of things as we go into our Friday as well. Maybe a shower or thunderstorm going into Saturday. Notice these numbers dropping down into the 50s tonight. A downright chilly but comfortable night. Open up the window, give the air conditioning a break. It will feel nice out there, and it's going to be comfortable for tomorrow, and it's going to be pretty nice as we go into our Wednesday also. So the front has passed. It stalls along the eastern seaboard, but it brings us to pleasant conditions. The rain hovers along this front, but we won't have to deal with any type of rain. But we're going to be dealing with temperatures tonight in the 50s. Could be some upper 40s out there, especially in the higher elevations. You're going to feel a bit of a chill in the air. Dare I say maybe a lightweight jacket? Sure I can. After last week, the heat, why not? All right, tomorrow, 70s to near 80 degrees, comfortable day, low humidity, a nice-looking summer day. Extended forecast brought to you by the Wire Guys, a division of Arc Electric. Over the next couple of days, it's going to be pretty nice out there in the 70s, and then a little bit warmer for Saturday in the 80s. Could see a shower or thunderstorm, and then looks like a few more showers or storms around coming on Sunday. And then it paves the way for a nice-looking Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. Our evening Pennsylvania lottery numbers, the daily 366, the big 4, 0017. Quinto numbers looking like this: 695, 56, and a cash 5, 13, 15, 28, 32, and 35. Lisa.
Thank you, Joe. Coming up, gaming officials addressed members of the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce today, and Gownley has the details next on Late Edition.
All-American Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Tamaqua, PA is a 3-generation family-owned and operated dealership entering their 33rd year of business and continues to uphold the family philosophy that every customer should be treated as part of the family. Stop in and let them show you how they honor these values. You'll meet a family member in every department, from finding your new car in sales to low interest rates and financing and extending your vehicle's life and service.
Give us the opportunity to show you. We're big enough to serve you, but small enough to know you.
You work hard at fundraising events for your organization. What better way to raise awareness to your cause than to wear a custom embroidered or screen printed shirt from CTC Apparel Plus? CTC makes it easy to create t-shirts that get your message out. Not only do we have packages at different levels that are affordable, but the t-shirts will be name brand, stylish, and comfortable. All it takes is a minimum of 25 shirts to start promoting. There are no setup fees or deposits required. Call CTC today at 570-454-3754.
WYLN TV 35 is looking to hire a highly motivated, energetic salesperson for the Hazleton and surrounding areas. We offer a competitive salary and benefits package. Call 956-5772.
Hey, it's Justin from Grand Central, announcing how everybody can make the Grand Central connection with the grand opening of our second location on Route 93 across from Berger Family Dealerships. During our grand opening celebration, take part in our weekly $300 Hazel Park gift certificate giveaway. Grand opening price is up to 50% off, free delivery, and up to 36 months interest-free finance. And remember, shop Grand Central, where your house becomes a home.
The The Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce welcomes all vendors and crafters to participate in the Downtown Hazleton Farmers Market beginning Saturday, July 13th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at 20 West Broad Street. To become a vendor, call 570-455-1509 or email info@hazletonchamber.org.
It's known as the Tricky Triangle, a track whose sum total equals a challenge like nowhere else.
Smoke is boiling for 3 bucks and Johnson!
It is Pocono Raceway, where the first race was won by a king. Every race is full throttle to the photo finish.
Virtual dead heat.
And wrecks are not the end, but the start of a comeback. This is Pocono Raceway, where history is measured in right angles.
WYLN CA35's children's programming is designed with the specific purpose of serving the educational and informational needs of children. In compliance with FCC guidelines, a copy of the children's programming report is on file for public inspection at WYLN, 1057 East 10th Street, Hazleton, PA, during normal business hours, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday through Friday.
Welcome back. A Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce red carpet breakfast was held this morning, and it focused on gaming money in Pennsylvania and the jobs that casinos provide. Late Edition's Ann Gownley has the details.
Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs in Plains Township provides over 1,700 jobs and will soon add another 250 with the completion of the new hotel in the fall. President of Mohegan Sun, Mike Bean, says they want to continue to develop the property in the years to come. Bean says with all of the amenities, the casino has brought in nearly $250 million in gaming money that continues to grow.
We have horse racing, we have slot machines, we have table games, we have 14 bars and restaurants, in retail, food, we have a number of amenities, we have free valet parking, and we see about 12,000 people a day on average that we're happy to serve. All of our great team members are happy to see our guests come through the door every day.
Doug Harbach, the Director of Communications for the Pennsylvania Gaming Control, was also one of this morning's guest speakers.
It's important to note and come out to groups like this to let them know that the casino industry in Pennsylvania is working well in many ways. It's producing the revenue that it was supposed to. It's going back into communities. There's no doubt that Pennsylvania looked over the years to revenue that was being lost to states like New Jersey and needed to take a look at how to capture that revenue back into its state. It's done so successfully. New Jersey's down 41% since Pennsylvania got into gaming. Mohegan Sun as the first casino opened back in 2006, and that money is being used for property tax reduction. It's being used to help our horse racing industry, which is a big spurring to the economy of the agricultural community and to many other projects.
As states around Pennsylvania get into casino gaming, Harbach says PA may begin looking into internet gaming.
Bill out there, so there's some thought about getting into allowing the casinos to offer games via the internet. There's also talk about sports betting in other states. The problem there is that's a federal law. Pennsylvania is not one of the 4 states that are part of that federal law, so it's doubtful that you'd see any type of gaming like that in PA in the near future.
Also this morning, questions on how to keep not only the casinos safe from crime, but those who go to the casinos. Based on Pennsylvania State Police statistics, Harbach says the crime that is being produced from the casinos is not as prevalent as many thought.
Certainly, though, there are crime that's occurring in the casinos, but we always say it's a bad place to commit a crime in the casinos because you're being under surveillance by many people and by cameras. So if you want to commit a crime in a casino, please be aware that more than likely you're going to get caught.
Harbach says the Gaming Control Department will continue to regulate the casinos and help make sure they do well to produce the revenue that goes out to so many Pennsylvanians each year. For WYLN's Late Edition, I'm Ann Gownley.
Thank you, Ann. When we come back, Beth is in with sports. She has the Solo Sereni Champs next on Late Edition.
I'm Liz Tolan. I'd like to invite you to the first annual COPS event. It's taking place on September 21st right here at the Butler Township Community Center. This event brought to you by WYLN 35 in Hazleton, the Greater Hazleton Health Alliance, and other area sponsors will consist of a 5K run, 5K walk, kids fun run, open-air concert, free cookout for the community, crafters, tricky trays, and so much more. Proceeds from this event will go to benefit 4 area police departments. When you call these men and the men and women they serve with, they're going to be there for you. Won't you take one day out of your busy schedule and be there for them?
Hey everyone, want some close-to-home fun? Join the Keystone Active Zone Passport Program to create your own backyard adventure exploring parks, trails, and events. It's fun, easy, and it's free. This year's Passport has more than 30 stops. Enjoy Riverfest in Wilkes-Barre and Pittston. Explore the Delaware and Lehigh National Heritage Corridor and more. Register at kazpassport.org. Visit as many stops as you want. Each stop has a question. Find the answers and log them in on the website. Start exploring today.
Hello, I'm Tiffany Cloud. Several months ago, I said that conservatives in northeastern Pennsylvania better step up and develop more political blogs and websites to keep up with the well-known liberal ones. Well, my guest this week did just that. Bob Zaruta, the editor of the new political website Inside the Gulch, joins me this week on The Storm, only on WYLN.
High school athlete myself about 10 years ago, I know if you want to succeed at your sport, it needs to be a year-round thing, especially with basketball, practicing hard during the off-season. Today, I saw just that as kids in the Hazleton area were sharpening their skills on the court in the Summer Solo Serrani League. The Summer League, held at the Hazleton Area High School, brought out 40 elementary school students in the morning and another 100 junior and senior high school boys and girls in the afternoon. The first session began in the first week of July, and today it all wrapped up with 3 championship games. It may not be your everyday average Summer League, as it's 3-on-3 competition rather than 5-on-5. But head coach of the Hazleton Area Cougars boys basketball team, Mike Joseph, said it's better for the players.
Mr. Farnell, who started this program 32 years ago, Solo Serrani Summer League, when I became the head coach at Hazleton Area, he allowed me to supervise this basketball program now, and the 3-on-3 concept for the older kids is something that he implemented when he did this program out in Western Pennsylvania, and it's just, you know, it teaches guys how to play with the basketball, it teaches guys how to, you know, do things that are really important in the game, whether it's dribble, go off pick and roll, take the ball to the basket. So I'm very, very pleased with how it progressed throughout the summer.
In the girls' league, it was Tennessee taking the championship. Patty Balliet had 8 points. Hope Kinney scored 10. In the junior high boys league, it was Louisville winning it all. Joe Gula knocked down 17 points, with all but 2 of them being from the charity stripe. WYLN stopped by the senior high boys game where the Thunder came out on top of the Heat 33-28, with Shane Platunis with 15 and Tyler Moran not far behind with 12.
The junior high boys championship was a good game. It was an overtime game. The girls game actually was a really close game. Girls from Holy Family came back and made it a really close game at the end. And this game here was a good game. It ended up 5 points. They really went at each other.
We have right here in the city for all the kids. It's been going on for over 30 years. Fairway Chevrolet on Church Street in Hazel Township is no stranger to helping out area youth sport leagues. Today it was the Tamaqua Area Youth Soccer Association, a league of 23 teams that range in ages from 4 to 14. Richie Molinaro, Director of Advertising and Marketing at Fairway, explained what the dealership had to do with the league.
Set up to enable local soccer groups around the greater Hazleton area, Tamaqua, Berwick area, the opportunity to get equipment to use for the soccer league. And we're always happy to participate in those programs.
Jim Fisher is the president of the Tamaqua Area Youth Soccer Association. He said that all the others involved in the organization are thankful for the support.
On other needs for the players,
allows us to purchase extra balls or goals for the practice fields instead of having to purchase medical supplies for the coaches.
Fairway Chevrolet has also donated to area Little League organizations in the past. And some sad news, the varsity girls basketball coach at Southern Columbia area has died. 45-year-old Kevin Collins died yesterday after being stung by a bee on his foot at his Cole Township home. Collins had just wrapped up his first season as girls head basketball coach during the 2012-13 season, while he led a few other teams throughout the years. The beloved coach leaves behind a wife and 5 children. Stay right here. Late Edition will be back after the break.
Managing risk is more than just buying an insurance policy. At Dreyfus, our approach is different. We have 25 risk management professionals who have the tools and experience to help our clients avoid and survive unexpected events. We can help you with risk transfer, OSHA requirements, safe workplace, cybersecurity, and claims management. All of these go well beyond an insurance policy. We're also independent, so we can access dozens of insurance carriers like Grange Insurance, who can insure your auto, home, business, and life. Dreyfus Insurance since 1901 and Grange Insurance since 1935. We're committed to helping you manage risk.
The WILN Weather Center brings you precise weather information you need to plan your day. And now you can get the latest weather conditions online anytime at WILNTV.com. Utilizing the latest technology, meteorologist Joe Garbacic brings you the most accurate weather information available, including webcams to view current road conditions and detailed maps of our area. For a full, detailed, and accurate daily weather report, watch WILN Weather with Joe Garbacic weekdays at 5 and 10 and online anytime at WILNTV.com.
Recapping tonight's top story, more reaction to a controversial video. Gary Perna reports.
This video has caused some controversy throughout the state of Pennsylvania and beyond. Mark Kistler, who is the police chief in Gilberton and a school board member of the North Schuylkill Board of Education, is shown firing a semi-automatic gun and using foul language. Gilberton Mayor Mary Lou Hannon said the chief did it on his own time. It was not representing the borough.
No, we viewed the video, several council members and myself, and we found he wasn't on borough time and he wasn't in police uniform when doing so.
Hannon said they have received some threats at the borough building and may consider canceling Thursday night's council meeting.
It may be canceled because of security reasons. We've received several threats this morning here at Borough Hall, the secretary has, concerning our chief. And I have a little pit in my stomach right now. I'm kind of concerned not only for the safety of our borough secretary and council, but also the residents that attend our meetings.
The wording of some of the conversations and voicemails being received by Borough Hall has got us a little wound up. I believe the mayor, our chief obviously is on vacation. I believe the mayor's trying to get more security in here, so we'll see how that goes. She's trying to get in contact with the borough president, Daniel Malloy, and we'll take it from there. It's his call.
Councilman Robert Wagner said he does not know if any punishment will be handed down.
I mean, we have to get together. We usually have a workshop before our meeting, and I'm sure this is going to be the topic of discussion.
Kistler is out of town on vacation, but did talk to WILN via phone. He said the video was to open the eyes of Americans.
Where does it state in the Constitution that any government at any level, or any elected official, or appointed official at any level, has the right to regulate firearms, or arms in general? And nobody can answer that question. Nobody in this, out of 300 and some million people, could answer me, give me an answer.
I asked the chief his thoughts about the threats that the borough have received.
Well, shame on those people who are calling the borough office and leaving death threats. Shame on those people who are leaving threats against our elected officials who stood up, by the way, for the Constitution and the oath that they have taken to protect and defend the Constitution by passing the Second Amendment Preservation Resolution, the first in the nation. Gilberton Borough was the spear that started this wave of nullification bills that you see going around the country saying anything that goes against the Constitution, the Second Amendment, is declared null and void in their state or their jurisdiction. That started in Gilberton Borough.
Is Kistler worried about any repercussions from either the Board of Education or the borough?
If I'm reprimanded for exercising my First and Second Amendment rights, shame on those people. Shame on them. They also took an oath to uphold the Constitution, and they've, on both levels, either at the board level or at the township or borough level, they all took the same oath I took, and they need to uphold that oath.
However, Council did decide that the meeting that was slated for Thursday night would be postponed until next Wednesday at 7 p.m. at the Gilberton Borough Building. In Gilberton, for WILN's Late Edition, I'm Gary Perna.
Now, Gary also talked with North Schuylkill School Board President Charles Helper, who told us the board has no comment at this time because it has not yet had a meeting to discuss the matter. We'll keep you posted. That is a look at tonight's top story recap. When we come back, roller coaster concerns, and Beth is back in with the second half of sports.
Well, there's been a lot of wildfires throughout the United States so far this year, but we're below average, the 10-year average. So take a look at the graphic and you can see for yourself that, in fact, the total fires versus the 10-year average, obviously it is below average. That's the good news. You can see how much acreage was burned so far through July 24th, and you can compare that to the 10-year average. We'll talk about what we can expect locally with the 7-day forecast coming up in just a few.
Weatherwood is a privately owned 200-bed nursing and rehabilitation center. Nestled within the quiet town of Weatherly, PA, we offer our residents and their families tranquil and scenic views from just about anywhere in the building. We are located within minutes of Hazleton General Hospital as well as major metropolitan medical and trauma centers in the Lehigh Valley. Whispering Meadows is a 50-bed secured dementia unit within our facility. Whether you need short-term, long-term, or respite stay, call or stop by today for a tour.
Your family's good health begins with a great team. That team is the Alliance Medical Group. We're the first healthcare provider in the greater Hazleton area to offer a fully integrated approach to family and specialized medical care. Our expanding network of more than 30 physicians and specialists are trusted by thousands for routine and complex medical treatments. For a convenient appointment at any of our 15 regional offices, simply call 501-4AMG. Alliance Medical Group. Your health, that's our specialty.
If you haven't found the perfect fishing getaway, you haven't been to Captain's Cove. Located on Henderson Harbor in upstate New York, Captain's Cove offers a variety of accommodations to please just about anyone. The motel, also located on the harbor, offers a magnificent view. Enjoy free morning coffee, air-conditioned rooms, cable TV, and HBO. The cottage can accommodate up to 8 people with 3 bedrooms, a complete kitchen, washer-dryer, 2 full baths, air conditioning, an outside grill, and picnic table. Call us today for rates and information at 1-800-824-FISH.
Join us this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic. We're joined by Beth Arrow, who's going to talk to us about how she used chiropractic care during her pregnancy to help her feel great. We're also going to tell you a little bit about massage therapy. It's going to be a great show. You don't want to miss it. It's coming up this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic. Join us. The death of a Texas woman who fell from a roller coaster now has the whole industry on edge. INN's Renee Marsh has more.
The medical examiner says 52-year-old Rosie Esparza died from multiple traumatic injuries. The question now, what went wrong? Records obtained by CNN showed the ride passed inspection in February. In Texas, the Department of Insurance inspects rides annually, and parks must self-report incidents. Since 2008, Six Flags reported 14 injuries involving the Texas Giant. Critics think safety loopholes in the amusement park industry puts riders at risk. Senator Ed Markey is calling for more oversight, saying a baby stroller is subject to tougher federal regulation than a roller coaster carrying a child in excess of 100 miles per hour. Most parks are regulated at the state level, and amusement park reps say that's enough. Six Flags CEO told investors so far the accident hasn't affected attendance.
I do want to say, though, that history in this industry would suggest that there is a lag in reaction time after an accident.
So how safe are roller coasters nationwide, and could a deadly accident happen again? Coaster enthusiast and host of Travel Channel's Roller Coaster Wars, Rob Alvey, believes the rides are largely safe. He's been on the Texas Giant 20 times. At 250 pounds, he says the extreme force lifted him off his seat.
So you'll feel kind of being jostled left and right and sort of lifted out of your seat, but not at all to a point that I would have felt unsafe.
That was INN's Renee Marsh reporting. Beth's back in with more sports, and Joe will recap the forecast. Stay with us.
All Care Home Care, the health care that you need in the comfort and privacy of your own home.
At All Care Home Care, our caring and compassionate staff of skilled nurses, occupational speech, physical therapists, dietitian, social worker, and home health aides will give you the professional care you need. Call 459-3002.
With All Care Home Care, you will feel so much better and be able to do so much more.
Remember, it's still your choice. For your care, call us and we'll be there.
Krugel's Georgetown Deli and Beer has been voted Northeastern Pennsylvania's best craft beer selection 3 years in a row. Try Krugel's delicious sandwiches and subs, eat in or take out. Krugel's Georgetown Deli, carrying the largest and best selection of beer from around the world. Krugel's is the home of the Krugler. Fill your Krugler up in their tap system and keep your favorite beer fresh longer. Krugel's Georgetown Deli, Wilkes-Barre Township, next to the Big Cow. Check them out on the web, georgetowndeli.com.
During these changing times, is your insurance program up to date? I'm local Allstate agent Gary McNeilis. I invite you to come into our office or give us a call. We'll help you be sure that you have the proper coverage to take care of all your family's needs at a price you can afford. Now more than ever, you need to be in good hands to protect everything that's important to you. Our team of insurance professionals and I will be honored to serve you. Are you in good hands?
Welcome to Robert Stevens Face and Body, Hazelton's complete skincare center. Here, our licensed specialists will consult with you to discuss your skincare needs, rejuvenate you with our special facial treatments, and apply gentle, relaxing massages to melt your tension away, using all state-of-the-art technical treatments and superior skin products. So call today and let the transformation begin at Robert Stevens Face and Body, 788-7546.
Tom, you can't be serious.
Hey, good morning, neighbor. Just thought I'd pay some bills and download some tunes.
You've got DSL at your house. Go do that there.
Yeah, but your cable high-speed internet is so much faster.
Lucky me.
Oh, by the way, your mom emailed you. Man, are you in trouble.
Service Electric high-speed internet. The best internet in the neighborhood.
Go hog wild for Iron Pigs Baseball. WILN is televising the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs Live, America's favorite pastime on your local network, WILN TV 35. See the Major League Stars of tomorrow at Coca-Cola Park. Don't miss any of the games here on WILN TV 35. Visit WILNTV.com for a complete Iron Pig schedule. Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs on WILN, your home for live sports.
Last night, the Rail Riders lost both games of their doubleheader at PNC Field with the Toledo Mud Hens, the first one going into 10 innings. Their 5 straight losses ties their longest losing streak this season. The team has not lost 6 in a row since 2011. This afternoon, it was Game 3 of the 4-game series with a day game and high hopes to get back in that win column. It was a busy first inning for the Rail Riders. First on the defensive end, Avisail Garcia up to bat, Brett Marshall on the mound for the Rail Riders. Garcia will make contact, breaking the bat. Hector Crespo will get the out, throwing from short to first. And it's Dan Johnson starting the hitting rally with the RBI single to right field. Adonis Garcia, hit with a pitch earlier, will cross the plate. It'll be 1-0 Rail Riders. Later in that very same inning, Randy Ruiz to the plate with 2 runners on base. He's done it before and he does it again. Ruiz knocks it out of the park into left field. It's the 100th homer for the Rail Riders this season. They will go on to win Game 3, breaking that losing streak, the final 4-1. The Wilkes-Barre-Scranton Penguins announced today they signed American Hockey League veteran goalie Peter Menino. Menino went 10-7-0 in 20 games with the Manchester Monarchs with a 2.47 goals against average and a .919 save percentage. He's played with 5 different teams in the AHL, racking up a career record of 81, 52, and 8 with 4 shutouts. Reading is getting a franchise in the Major Indoor Soccer League. The team name will be announced Tuesday at the Sovereign Center. Reading is the second new franchise set to join the MISL in the 2013-14 season. The club will join the St. Louis Ambush as a new team in November. The MISL began play in 2008, and the Major Leagues of Professional Indoor Soccer has 7 franchises: Baltimore, Kansas City, Milwaukee, Reading, Rochester, St. Louis, and Syracuse. Former New England Patriot Aaron Hernandez was back in court today after being in prison for about a month. A probable cause hearing was to be held in the murder of Odin Lloyd, in which Hernandez is charged with first-degree murder. That hearing was continued until August 22nd at the request of the prosecution, who are reportedly still looking to tag Hernandez in a 2012 Boston double murder. Also today, head coach of the Patriots, Bill Belichick, talked to reporters for the very first time since Hernandez's arrest. The coach said he was shocked and saddened by the events and that, quote, "we'll learn from this experience and become a better team from the lessons that we've learned." Tennessee Titans rookie Jonathan Tig Willard rescued a family and its dog from a burning car. It happened on I-40 in Tennessee. He was headed from South Carolina to the Titans training camp when he encountered the car on fire. Willard says he sped up to let those know the car was on fire, those inside the car. He says another driver also stopped and they got the kids and the dog out of the car before it was engulfed in flames. And the intrigue is growing on WFAN radio in New York. The doctor who examined Alex Rodriguez says he actually has no injury. Dr. Michael L. Gross, chief of the Division of Sports Medicine and the orthopedic director of the Sports Medicine Institute at Hackensack University, was asked to give a second opinion on the diagnosis he had a strained quadricep. Gross said he didn't find any. That begs the question, is he faking? Are the Yankees keeping him out on purpose? Or is this doctor just plain crazy? And the Baltimore Orioles have the bullpen by getting right-hander Francisco Rodriguez from the Milwaukee Brewers. The Birds sent minor league infielder Nick Delmonico to Milwaukee. The 31-year-old Rodriguez is 1-1 with a 1.09 ERA and 10 saves in 25 games this season. Rodriguez is unscored upon in 22 of his 25 appearances so far this year. Now let's check out those scores from around the leagues. First in the Eastern League, the Fightin' Phils lose 6-3 to Binghamton. In the International League, the Red Wings, they will win 6-2 over the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. And then in the Majors, the Indians blow out the Mariners 10-1. Tampa Bay only a half a game behind the Red Sox in the American League with their 5-1, or American League East with their 5-1 win tonight. Free baseball in Toronto, the Blue Jays and Dodgers are tied at 3 in the 10th. Looks like there may be more extra innings for Kansas City and Baltimore. They are also tied at 3. That one is in the 9th. In the National League, Phils lose 9-3 to the Cards, Nats fall to the Bucks, and the Braves win 8-2 at Citi Field. Marlins, they are trailing the Rockies 2-0, and it is 1-0 Cincinnati over the Giants. That one is in the 2nd inning. Stick around, Joe G's back next.
Enjoy the great outdoors at the Whitetail Preserve Shooting Range's Trap, Skeet, and Sporting Clays course. No waiting and no lines. First time shooting? Whitetail Preserve employs certified instructors to help you get the most out of your experience. Hungry? The restaurant at Whitetail has a great menu to satisfy and offers catering for all occasions. Whitetail Preserve Shooting Range, approximately 13 miles west of Hazleton and just 1 hour from Allentown, Reading, and the Delaware Water Gap. 118 Boulevard Road, just off the Rockland Road near Rockland. 384-2314. S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric, Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600. The Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home Incorporated at 542 North Wyoming Street in Hazleton, serving the greater Hazleton area since 1890 and still family owned and operated, offers convenient parking, handicapped accessibility, seating for over 150 people, casket, cremation product showrooms to accommodate traditional, cremation, and pre-planned funerals. The Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home Incorporated, 570-454-3341.
Join us this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic. We're joined by Beth Arrow, who's going to talk to us about how she used chiropractic care during her pregnancy to help her feel great. We're also going to tell you a little bit about massage therapy. It's going to be a great show. You don't want to miss it. It's coming up this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic. Join us.
Well, it's going to be a quiet night across all of our viewing area. Looking like a nice day tomorrow, looking like a nice day on Friday as well. No watches, no warnings, no advisories to talk about, but I will tell you it's going to be chilly tonight, and the next couple of nights it's going to be refreshing compared to what we've experienced last week at this time. Live 35 Skycast Doppler. Just erase that with a magic marker. It is green, but it is not falling. It is just ground clutter off of the radar sites. There is nothing to show you throughout the entire state of Pennsylvania. It is dry. We have clear to mostly clear skies, and it's really going to allow temperatures to fall tonight. We're going to be looking at temperatures in the 50s, and some of the higher elevations will be bottoming out into the upper 40s. So this is going to be the chilliest night we've had for quite some time. So you may want to open up the windows, give the air conditioners a break, and let some of that good old fresh air in. 54 we're down to outside our station in Hazleton. Before all is said and done, I think we have a shot right here in the high elevations to bottom out into the upper 40s tonight. Notice the dew point 49. When those numbers are that low, you walk outside, you don't feel any type of humidity in the air. We did pick up a little bit of precipitation earlier this morning, a little bit of some light rain, some drizzle, some areas of fog. Well, we've only picked up 1/100 of an inch of precipitation. Temperature-wise right now, 56 in Mount Pocono, 63 at the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton International Airport, still in the 70s in Harrisburg as well as Philadelphia, 64 in Williamsport, 65 in Selinsgrove, and 60 in State College. And take a look at Bradford. It's already in the lower 50s. That location definitely will be getting down into the 40s tonight. 65 now in Jim Thorpe, 62 in Shenandoah, 64 in Bloomsburg, and 62 degrees in Mahanoy City. Up in the Wyoming Valley area, temperatures in the 60s, continuing to fall. A little bit of a breeze out there from time to time. Satellite and radar. Again, nothing showing throughout the entire state of Pennsylvania, and things are looking very nice heading into the next couple of days. Refreshing air, low humidity levels, and as we go into Saturday, we'll crank up those temperature values up a little bit. I think every location will be in the 80s, with some locations in the mid to upper 80s. But before that, enjoy it. Summer at its best, I guess you can say, if you don't like the warmth, the extreme heat, I should say, and if you don't like the humidity. You'll like numbers like what I'm going to give you. The next couple of days, temperatures in the 70s, low humidity levels, very refreshing when you happen to walk outside, and then in the 80s for Saturday, 70s for Sunday, some showers and thunderstorms, and then looking pretty nice for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week.
All right. Well, the cool-off is definitely a welcomed
Yeah, it feels nice.
pleasure. Not a washout for the weekend, though, is it?
No, Saturday looks good, shower, storm, and then a few more of them around on Sunday, but still should get some breaks in the rain.
I know we need the rain, but if it could do it overnight while we're sleeping, that would be
fantastic.
Best case scenario, right? Work on that, Joe, okay?
I shall do that.
Okay. Well, that'll about do it for us, but some interesting gameplay tonight with Solo Sereni.
Oh yeah, it's always a fun league. I guess the kids, they had a really good turnout this summer, and now I know the Hazelton Rec board, they're getting ready to do their baseball program too right now.
All right, everybody. We will be back here tomorrow live at 5 and 10. We'll see you then. Good night.